Guys, well, today I'm going to explain a little bit more about the drives that we're going to work with these weeks. Okay, so first of all, we have here the audios in this folder. Well, there's nothing here, but you are going to upload all the audios that I am going to ask you to do. You're going to upload it here. And then we have the forum. Then the forum is to you're gonna open it, okay, and then you're gonna find different Word document, online document files where you're gonna upload all the forum, all your thoughts. Okay, so you're gonna find it like this. Of course, you gotta put it in the online version, and then sorry, you're gonna write your name because you have to identify yourself, of course. So let's suppose I am a student and then I put my name and then I write what I want to say, okay? Of course, you have to work online. Do not work offline because then if you download the file and then upload it, and the information is going to be all over the place, and I am not going to be able to grade you because I will be very lost, and that's not the idea, right? So yeah, I'm gonna have this for that. And then over here we have the lesson plan. In the lesson plan is the instructions. You're gonna get the instructions on what you have to do, basically. Sorry. So we have the group, they have the date, review future tense, we have the objectives, and over here we have what do you have to do, okay? As a warm-up, for example, today's class, you have to watch the video. Here, you have the link on the video and you have the video downloaded if in case, you know, plan A, plan B, right? So let's take a look. Let's take this as an example of what you have to do. So it says, check the next video, the world in 2050, and then you have, and express your thoughts about the forum available in the academical drive for that purpose. So once again, remember the forum, you have to write your thoughts of the video. So that is that. Here when you have displayed the set of slides that you have, that we're going to talk about it later. I'm going to explain a little bit later. And the slide, you can find it in Material de Apoyo. Then that's another drive. Okay, so here you have the instructions of what you have to do. And over here you can find, of course, in Material de Apoyo, you're going to find the slides. You see the world's future in 2020. That was the sorry 50. That was the same as the YouTube video. And this is another video that you're going to use for today's class. Okay. So that is that. Okay. Remember, please, organization. I know you are a very organized group, but you know, just to make sure everything is clear, okay? Okay, so now let's talk a little bit about today's class, okay? We're still talking on future. Remember that we already talked about will. I have here a little reminder for you if in case you forgot. Here we have a little reminder of going to. Okay, today we're going to talk about the future progressive or the future continuous. So what is future continuous? Let's take a look at the function. We use future continuous when we want to talk about an action that is in progress at a time in the future. Okay, so let's take a look at the examples. It says, this time tomorrow I'll be flying to Istanbul. So it's an action that is it's happening in the future. Okay, let's take a look at the other one. Next year, we will be living in Atalaya. So it's something that is going to be in progress in the future. Basically, the three functions that we have here are very similar, but it has small differences. So let's take a look at the second one. It says, for an action that is a part of an arrangement. Sorry, it's part of a plan or an arrangement. So we're talking about plans or arrangements, of course, in the future. She will be leaving in school. Sorry, she will be leaving school in July. So it's a plan or an arrangement that will be occurring in the future. And number three, as a polite way of asking about someone's plan. Example says, will you be watching Sunday's film this noon? So you're asking politely for somebody else's plan. And what about the structure? What is the structure for this? So the first thing is the subject. Okay, well, next year, or she, or well, this is a question. And then be, of course. So will be, there you got it. Will be. Well, of course, this is a question. It's different. You know that it changes the order. And then the verb goes in ing. So flying, living, flying, living, and leaving, and watching. Okay? So that's basically the function for future, continuous or progressive. Now, let's talk a little bit about future perfect. Okay, so future perfect is basically to talk about actions or events that are already completed in the future. Okay, of course, by a certain time. Let's take a look at the example. The program will have ended long before we get back. Let's take a look at the other function. When something is taken for granted, what is to take things for granted? That's extra homework for you. So he will undoubtedly have made 100 runs before the end of the game. The third function, we use the future perfect with verbs which point to completion, complete, finish, start, leave, retired, etc. Hurry up, by the time we get there, the film will have started. And the last one is we often use future perfect with by and not till or until. Let's take a look. I will have retired by the year of 2015. I won't have retired till the year 2015. So remember that this one is not correct. Okay? You have to use the word by. Okay. And the last one is future perfect progressive. So future perfect continuous. So we use future perfect continuous. Oh, sorry, before we continue with future perfect continuous, let's talk about the structure of future perfect. So we use the future perfect with the verb, of course, and then, the subject, and then the verb will, and then we have the verb have, and of course the verb in third person. Okay, third person. In this case, all the examples are regular, but remember that the verb must be in third person. Now let's talk about the future perfect progressive. Sorry. What is the function? We have here two functions. The first one says for an action which being before a certain future time and will not have finished by that time. It stresses the continuity of the action. So in this future perfect progressive or continuous, the actions are not finished. Remember, actions in this one, actions are not finished. Let's take a look at the example. By the end of this year, Orhan Pamuk will have been working on this novel for 2 years. Okay, so actions that are not completed. Let's take a look at the other one with verbs like learning, lying, raining, waiting, practice, live, stay, work, etc., which naturally suggest continuity. Okay, remember that we are working here on continuity. Actions that are not completed. Let's take a look at the example. By the end of this week, I will have been waiting for 3 weeks for my phone to be installed. Okay. So basically, that is the topics for today. Any questions, please remember to send an email. Let me know if you have any doubts about the topic or the activities if you're not clear. Send an email to me. Remember that the time that I am going to be responding your request is from the time that we have classes from 6 to 8:30. I'll be there for you in case you have any questions, okay? So see you later in the another topic. Bye, guys.